This is the world's first 3D printed commercial building. It took just 17 days to construct, and it showcases the potential this technology, also known as additive manufacturing, holds for our future. This project would have been inconceivable a decade ago, let alone in the 1980s when 3D printing was invented.
We call this technology stereolithography, or three-dimensional printing.
That's when Chuck Hull, the inventor of 3D printing, filed for the first patent. It worked by using ultraviolet light to cure liquid resin to a solid state. The technology was slow to take off. Early machines were bulky, challenging to operate, and carried a hefty price tag. I'm going to warn you, I'm not much of an engineer.
I shall instruct you.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Right. That is until this man got his hands on a couple of machines.
In about 2000 or so, the government gave my university a big grant, and I bought a couple of 3D printers with it. They were incredibly expensive.
How expensive were they at the time?
One was £250,000 and the other was about 50,000, so quite expensive. But they were a revelation. As an engineer, you could just design something on your screen and have it in your hands half an hour later, which is extraordinary.
Adrian, a British engineer and mathematician, was fascinated with 3D printers. Not because he loved the technology, but because of their potential.
I've always been interested in self-replicating machines.
Always?
Always. I can't find the origin of that because it goes right back into early childhood. I thought it was really interesting, the idea that you might have a machine that would copy itself. And as soon as we got these 3D printers, I realized finally we had a technology that was sufficiently versatile that it might be able to print a significant fraction of its own parts.
If this could be achieved, Adrian knew it would drive down the cost and broaden access to the technology.
I wrote a document about it, put it on my university's website, and left it there. I thought, well, this is interesting, someone might take it up and do something with it, because I was busy doing other stuff. But I found a whole load of my colleagues coming to my office saying, why don't you do it?
So he did. It was called the RepRap project. Keen on sharing his progress with others, he made sure the entire initiative was open source.
When I started, I thought, well, if we're going to have a self-replicating machine, that sounds as if it might be a fairly revolutionary sort of thing to do. And also, we better prevent it from being restricted to a small number of people. Now, the only way to do that, it seemed to me, was to give it to everybody. So I decided it was free.
But you could have made money out of it.
If you've got a self-replicating machine, you can't really make money out of it because you only ever make one, and then everybody's got it, And if you try and patent it, what you're saying to the world is, here's my idea, whatever you do, you can't do the one thing that it's intended to do, namely copy itself.
Because of this vision, thousands of people started building their own 3D printers. Adrian says the machines took on a life of their own.
The whole thing went into positive feedback, with people making a design, somebody else taking it, improving it in the same way that different species of animal copy themselves.
Everyone shared their own ideas, publishing schematics, designs, and videos.
The only thing you need remains to be done is to connect up the electricity to the motor.
RepRap changed the course of 3D printing. Machines became smaller and more affordable, sparking the imagination of engineers around the world. Engineers like Pierre Arkam.
I'm an artist and an engineer by degree, and this is like a holy grail for me.
With the help of this community, he says he built Pakistan's first 3D printer in 2012.
And everybody's telling me, a young guy invented a technology. I was like, no, I did not invent this.
Following his success, Pierre was encouraged by his peers to continue his work in 3D printing.
They said, why don't you start RepRap Pakistan? Why don't you print more printers for others? I said, yes, true, let's do that.
Now, Pierre claims to be at the helm of the fastest growing 3D printing company in the Middle East. I've met several people who talk about the RepRap project as something that completely changed their life, their jobs.
Right.
Did you know you were going to be so disruptive.
No, I didn't know that. When I started the project, I thought that it was 50-50. Either it'll die and it'll be 2 academic papers, or it'll grow exponentially.
And that's exactly what it did. Because of Adrian, 3D printing is ushering in a new era of design and creation. All right, so the motor's now attached.
The motor is now attached to the electronics at the back. So
machine is complete.
The machine is now complete, yes.
With a little bit of help.
With a little bit of help, yeah.
I like that it still needs me.